Welcome back to the Sibling Group Chat. I'm Owen.
And I'm Cassidy.
And today we are back at it with the Odyssey review, episode 56, Let This Mind Be in You.
Yes, this is the 62nd episode of Adventures in Odyssey. It originally aired on February 18th, 1989. It is a part of Album 4, Fundamentals. And in this episode, Whit leaves Connie and Eugene in charge of Whit's End for the weekend, with the instruction to run the shop like I would. And our theme is being Christ-like. Two thoughts on that description. Or maybe just one thought. The description says it's the weekend, but I don't remember in the episode them saying anything that implied it was the weekend. In fact, it mentions Connie was at school.
It doesn't mention anything that says it would be the weekend other than that it's Friday and Saturday.
Oh, does it say Friday and Saturday?
Yeah, Whit specifically says when he's going to leave that he would go on Friday and Saturday.
Oh, okay, I guess I forgot about that. I listened to this a couple days ago, so I just forgot that.
Because he said he can't close the shop because it's their two biggest days for the kids,
right now.
which is Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, you're right. That makes sense. I really like this episode.
Other than that, they didn't say anything.
I just forgot about that part because I listened to it a couple days ago.
So Chris's intro, she's talking to this guy who's apparently some imitator voice guy.
Rich somebody.
From Odyssey. Yeah, I don't know. Basically, the point is he's terrible at what he does.
Pretty much, yeah. And I think it's Phil Lawler again, as usual.
Who knows?
I think it is.
He probably does.
I think it is. I mean, he was doing his voice differently, but I'm pretty sure it was Phil Lawler.
Yeah. But anyway, the episode is about imitating Christ. The episode isn't really about imitating Christ, but it's a
parable.
Parable.
Chris tells us that Connie is about to live out a parable.
Yes. So it's presumably Thursday since Whit is gone Friday and Saturday, and Connie and Eugene have just closed, or well, all of them, but Connie and Eugene are the ones downstairs. But anyway, Whit's End just closed, and so how did they get to the topic of computer programs?
Are they talking about what they're going to do with their evenings or something?
Oh, maybe that's what it was. But Eugene's like, I'm almost finished with this computer program I've been working on to help compute students' grades at the college.
I thought that was interesting, considering what
I did too,
does.
Because we're getting close to album 5, which is the first Blackguard album, correct?
Correct.
Album 5?
Yep.
Yeah. And so I noticed that too, and that is something I definitely would not have noticed.
No. Just in casual listening,
in my younger years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like,
I was like, what's that's the program. That's a surprise tool that can help us later.
Exactly. Or an Easter egg, as some might call it.
It's true. It's kind of fun going back in Odyssey because you pick up on stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like
that you don't pick up on when you're younger.
Yeah, like listening with a critical ear, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Anyway, he's talking about all this stuff he's gonna do with his computer, and Connie's like, "Don't you ever get bored just staring at a computer all the time?" And he's like, "Actually, I find it quite. Was he stimulating? Is that what he says?
Probably, yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Basically, he just rambles about computers for a while, and then Connie's like, "Yeah, no, that sounds boring. You need a life." And I was gonna ask you to go bowling, but I don't want you to talk about the computers, so never mind.
Connie references bowling to Eugene quite often, but do we ever hear Connie actually go bowling?
Not that I know of, but I guess I don't know.
That's just what she does with her friends, I guess.
I guess. But anyway, then Whit comes down and says he has instructions and wrote a note for the next few days, what needs to be done while he's gone, and he'll leave the note, and then they can call him if they need anything. And apparently, it had either been a couple days, or Connie just wasn't paying attention when he had said he was gonna, when I had told him he would be gone for a few days, because Connie, was caught off guard, I guess.
Yeah.
He's like, "You're leaving for a few days?" But Eugene's like, "Yes, he told us he's going to board meetings at the Universal. I think they say encyclopedia, not press.
I don't remember for sure.
But anyway, it's like, of which he finds himself to be on the board or something like that. And then Connie's like, teacher's pet.
Teacher's pet.
Whit says they'll be fine. They just need to do what he would do, and everything will be fine. Connie isn't so sure. She's like, well, can't we just like close? Like, I don't know if me and Eugene are going to be able to handle this. Eugene is quite confident. He's like, we'll be fine.
Yeah. Yep.
But, so the next day, Connie shows up to work. Eugene's already been there because she's coming from school on a Friday.
So do you think he didn't have class, or he skipped class because somebody had to be there, or what time does Whit's End open? Is it not open till after school?
I would assume... Well, that's a good question. I don't know. But also, I get the impression Eugene doesn't have a regular class schedule.
He just is in school when convenient for the plot of the story.
Yeah. But, like, I feel like he has done... And I mean, for the rest of the time he's in Odyssey, has always done everything that Campbell College can offer him, whether that be working and or as a student.
Yeah. He's a full-time student in that he's always in school, but he's not a full-time student in that he doesn't have a full class load, probably.
Yeah.
At least not anymore at this point. I mean, if he started at 11, and we can assume he's at least 18 now, if Connie's 16, and he's a year or two older than her, then, I mean, he's probably done all there is to do, and is just throwing in extra classes here and there.
Yeah. Probably has like 15 different majors or something.
Probably.
Like
he dabbles in lots of things.
No. That's a different guy. That's another surprise tool that can help us later. But anyway, Connie shows up, and she's a little bit late, but I mean, when is she not?
Yeah. So she's like, oh, it hasn't been very busy.
I think she actually had a reason related to school, so it wasn't like an illegitimate reason.
Did she? Or did she just say she was at school?
I don't know, but I would assume that meant that she was at, like, class, but maybe she was doing something else. Who knows?
You never know. It's Connie.
It's true. But anyway, Eugene's like, oh, don't worry about it. It hasn't been busy. And Connie's like, hello. Do you not recognize what's going on here? And it's like, no. Just like points out the sweater. Like, oh, did you get a new sweater? It looks like the ones Mr. Whittaker wears. And that was the goal. Connie went and got a new sweater, presumably. I'm assuming she didn't have a Mr.
That's
Whittaker
probably why
sweater
she
on
was
hand.
late, because I assume
She went to go get a sweater.
End closed the night before, then the sweater store would have been closed, and if she was at school all day,
True.
it's probably actually what she was doing. Sweater shopping.
Could be.
Wherever Mr. Whittaker buys his sweaters. The Odyssey Mall, I guess.
Yeah, maybe.
The haberdashery. What's a haberdashery?
It's a place where they make men's clothes. You know, a tailor. I can't wait. We haven't done that episode yet, have we?
No, I think that's in album 7.
Okay, I can't wait.
I know. It's great. It's going to be so great.
One of the greatest one-time characters of all time.
Yeah.
One of the greatest one-scene characters of all time.
Yeah. But anyway, Connie is wearing Whit's sweater.
Anyway, Connie is dressed like Whit because if she's supposed to be like him, because he's gone, then she figures she might as well dress like him. You know, I guess that train of thought tracks.
I suppose.
It's not what I would... I don't know.
If it helps her get in character, then, you know, maybe she's a bit of a method actor.
Maybe, yeah. But anyway, Eugene is standing there looking at this delivery of paint that had come in. It had come in 2 colors. It was ivory, green, and I don't know why I specify. I don't think there's another kind of ivory. But
ivory is not green. It's an off-white.
That's what... Yeah, that's... Yes. Not green.
That's not
white.
Green. It's white. Yes.
I knew that.
Yeah, so we have
What was
light
I thinking?
blue and ivory.
I don't know. Yeah, ivory. Ivory white.
Mm-hmm.
And light blue. Maybe it's just because in my mind I picture Whit's End as green, so I was just thinking about green.
Maybe.
I picture some parts of the inside of Whit's End being green.
Okay. I don't know if I really think about the color of it, to be honest. But
Anyway,
that the Bible room
ivory
is
and light blue.
light blue and ivory.
Well, no, it's ivory now.
Well, that's true. He doesn't use the light blue. That's right.
But they argue. Well, not argue. Eugene says he doesn't know what it's for, but the guy had delivered both colors because he didn't remember which one Whit had ordered, which seems like it would be kind of hard. Like, would you not have it written down?
Oh yeah, you'd think he'd have a record of it. But also, Whit ordered both, so the guy delivered both. So I'm not exactly sure what the guy was confused about.
Yeah, me neither. But anyway, Eugene doesn't know what the paint is for. But then he seems to remember Whit saying something about painting the Bible room. And so he decides he could do it while Whit's gone. The only thing he has to do is decide whether or not it should be the ivory or the light blue.
Mm-hmm.
And so Eugene thinks ivory. They think it fits the color scheme of the building better. Connie thinks light blue because Whit clearly likes light blue better.
Obviously.
For sure. Yeah.
There's parts of this episode, multiple parts of this episode, that are very ingrained in my mind. Like, I'm realizing as we're reviewing album 4, I must have listened to this album quite often when I was younger. But this whole discussion of light blue and ivory, or just like the words light blue and ivory, are just like so ingrained in my head from this episode. I don't know why, but I find that funny.
Yeah. I mean, part of that could be is that I don't know that we owned very many for a while.
I mean, it's true. This is only number 4, so for a while this would have been one of the repeat we had. Yeah, it's true.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll get more into ingrained things from this episode in my head as we keep going. So.
There is one actually that's very ingrained in my head too,
We'll
and it's at the end of the next conversation.
We'll see if it's the same one.
Anyway, so Eugene just picks the ivory and he goes off to do his thing. Then Jack and Lucy come into Whit's End, and they were going, well, is this the same day?
I think it's the same day, just a later scene. Well, maybe it's the next day, because Eugene is already painting.
Eugene is painting it, and she says it's closed today.
That's true. So yeah, it probably is the next day, because I would assume Eugene wasn't going to start painting in the after school time of day. Like, Saturday makes more sense when you have a whole day to do it.
No, I think it would have to be the same day, because then, unless, I guess Mr. Barkley could have come in on Monday at the end.
Well, isn't he only gone Friday and Saturday?
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Mr. Barkley comes in before.
Yeah. So everything would have had to be done by Friday, other than the painting, for Mr. Barkley to come in the day after.
That's true. Well, yeah, and because Jimmy comes in and says, like, I'm in trouble at school today.
It's a school day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is still the same day. Jack and Lucy come in to Whit's End, and they want to look up something in the Bible room. Unfortunately, that's closed to be painted. So they say they'll ask Mr. Whittaker, but, Mr. Whittaker's gone. So Connie convinces them that she can answer a question. And so Lucy and Jack tell her that Lucy had told Jack that there's a story in the Bible about Jacob wrestling an angel and winning, I think.
Yeah. Well,
is the and winning part? Okay.
They can't remember the exact details of the story, but...
Well, and Jack didn't remember it at all, and he doesn't believe that it happened. Not that he doesn't necessarily, but he just doesn't remember it happening.
I put in my notes.
And so Connie's like, "Oh yeah, there's a story about that."
At this point, I was like, "Are Jack and Lucy incapable of reading their Bibles? Like, they could have just looked it up." And this is like the third example of Jack and Lucy being like, "I have no idea what happened in the Bible. Look it up, Jack."
But I think it's more Jack than Lucy. And also, Jack apparently doesn't regularly necessarily go to church, so
that's fair.
Maybe he doesn't read his Bible.
That's
also,
true.
there is also Jack's line about that everything is better in the Bible room.
That's also true. I just found it funny.
Maybe Jack just doesn't trust it unless it happens in the Bible.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. But so Connie's like, "Oh yeah, there's a story about that," and they're like, okay, like, continue. We need more." And she's like, "Oh well, there's an angel, and Jacob wrestled the angel."
Like, can I think you
like,
won?
"Yeah, we got that part." But so they're like, "That's okay. We'll just wait for Mr. Whittaker, because clearly you don't know what's going on." And Connie the whole time is trying to remember what happened, and she's like thinking of all these different characters and whatnot, to try to figure out what's going on. And they're like, "You know what? Yeah, we'll come back at another time." And then, so after that, well, wait, no, hold on. There's the thing that I was going to say that is ingrained in my memory.
Okay.
Is as Jack and Lucy are leaving, Connie's like, it was on the tip of my tongue. I could look it up. It's Connie saying I could look it up for some reason ingrained in my memory.
Interesting. Yeah. I don't know that
why.
one's not stuck to me, but like, it is familiar, but it's not as ingrained. But yeah, it is a funny line where she's like I can look it up. So could they, Connie. So could they.
Yeah. So then, after that, Jennifer, whoever that is.
Who is Jennifer? I literally wrote that in my notes. Where did she come from? And where did she go?
I don't know.
She never.
Well, she went to the Bible room, apparently.
Never came back.
I did see what she did there. Yeah.
I didn't.
Well,
do
she
that
went
on
to the Bible
purpose.
room. So, but apparently, instead of just asking to go to the Bible room, all you have to do is just go to the Bible room, and you'll find what you're looking for. Because that's what she did. She just went in there, found the talking mirror, and it was repeatedly saying, "For God so loved the world." Is that what it was saying?
Yes. For God so loved the world that He gave. And this is stuck in my head because the voice keeps changing. It goes, "For God so loved the world that He gave. For God so loved the world that He gave.
For God so loved the world that He gave."
So stuck in my head. Anytime I hear John 3:16 or anyone talk about John 3:16, I just go in my head, "For God so loved the world that He gave. For God so loved the world that He gave."
That's funny. So yeah, Connie's like, "Oh, I can fix it. I should be able to figure it out." She can't figure it out, and then they're like, "Well, turn it off or unplug it." Well, it's plugged into the wall, or it's like wired into the wall. And so I don't know exactly what happened, but basically she just broke it.
Basically.
I don't know if she like smashed it or what, but
it was very
maybe she
loud,
pulled an
destructible noises.
maybe she pulled an Ernest from Her to Save Christmas and just started yanking the wire out of the wall. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then after that whole fiasco, then Jimmy and Donna were down at the counter, I think.
That's where I envisioned
it's closing time. Yeah, it's closing time. So Connie went to tell them that it was time to go, and she kind of overheard them saying, like, if only Mr. Whittaker were here, we could just ask Mr. Whittaker. Which is the ultimate insult for Connie, because she's supposed to be Mr. Whittaker today.
Yeah, that's true. And I feel like she kind of has that feeling throughout the rest of time. Like, even when Mr. Whittaker is there, if she can't answer a question, it's like, how dare you? I can answer your question. It's a bit of a complex she has.
So much so that she starts her own radio show about answering questions.
That's true.
And even then, the people who she invites onto her show answer the questions better than she does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So, anyway, Jimmy's dilemma, because Connie convinces them to tell her about it, is basically he got in a fight at school because some dude whose name I didn't write down accused him of stealing his ruler. And
was
then
it Pete
shoved
somebody?
him, so Jimmy shoved him
I didn't
back.
write it down either, but Pete Bowman
I don't know.
or something?
Regardless, Jimmy got into it. I don't think so. I don't know.
Somebody knows.
Yeah. Comment below if you know the name of this kid, Pete somebody or other. Or just go listen to the episode because, you could do that too.
What's that?
Just make sure you write it down because we obviously didn't remember and we also just listened to the episode. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, so basically Jimmy just got into a little bit of a pushing match because he got accused of stealing a ruler. And he got into trouble even though he didn't really do anything. And he feels bad about it. He doesn't know if he should tell his parents. Pro tip, if you're not sure if you should tell your parents, you should probably tell your parents.
True. And I feel like I get we're driving home a point with Connie in this episode, but I feel like she would know better.
I wrote it down. I was like, Connie is smarter than this.
Yeah, she really is. I don't know. Part of it was that she was trying so hard to make Jimmy feel better that she gave him the answer she knew he wanted to hear.
That could be. Because, other than that, it really seems like something Connie would have said in her first, 5 episodes or something.
Yeah. And especially if she's trying to do what Mr. Whittaker would do. It doesn't seem like something he would do, other than I slap floor.
Well, she starts off okay because first she's like, well, what do you think you should do?
Yeah, she was like,
Which,
that sounds like something Mr. Whittaker would say.
and Jimmy's like, kind of along the lines of he feels like maybe he should tell his parents. Donna doesn't think he should tell his parents. I feel like Donna's smarter than that too, but I don't know. I'm surprised Donna didn't already tell their parents, to be honest.
That's true. And maybe Donna has a slightly ulterior motive because she wouldn't care if Jimmy later gets in trouble for having not told. But she does seem genuinely concerned in this moment. This is nice, Donna.
Yeah,
this
is a little
mean.
strange.
Yeah.
That's strange.
Yet another later reference.
Anyway, Connie's like, well, since you already got in trouble and you didn't actually do anything, you already feel bad about it. I don't see why you should tell your parents.
Yeah.
And again, I just wrote down, I feel like Connie's smarter than this.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, next day, Saturday at work, Eugene is gone to finish painting the Bible room, and George Barkley comes in to talk to Connie because he heard about the pushing match from Pete, what's his name's parents. And he said he usually wouldn't make that big of a deal, but he feels like he needs to talk to Connie because they're pretty good friends with Connie, and Connie has a lot of influence with all the kids at Wits End.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I understand that he didn't tell us about it because you told him not to, and basically wrong.
Yeah, in the words of George Barkley.
That's actually not what he says here, but he's been known to say it.
It's true.
Basically, he's like he wants to have a relationship of trust with Jimmy. He wants Jimmy to feel like he can come tell them about things whenever, and references an earlier incident, aka the Prodigal Jimmy episode,
Mm-hmm.
About that he wants Jimmy to feel like he can always come home and talk with Dad about it.
Mm-hmm.
So then Connie understood and apologized and thanked Mr. Barkley for coming in, and she agreed. Like, she knew that. She's like, yeah, that was bad advice. And then she's kind of getting mad at this point because she feels like she's messed up every aspect of being Mr. Whittaker. She can't remember the Bible stories. She's given bad advice. She broke an invention. I can't remember if she did anything else. Well, and then after this, she snaps at Jennifer, who's back again.
Yeah.
Jennifer's just the problem. I don't know.
She never came back to Wits End again because of how terribly Connie treated her in this episode. She, in fact,
Because
left
she spilled
Odyssey.
the milkshake, and Connie's like, get the towel. Actually, she says the rug, doesn't she?
Rag, probably.
Rag. That makes more sense. I heard rug, and I was very confused. I was like, I didn't write that down, but now that I'm talking about it, I remember thinking, like, rug? Why would you get a rug? Like, yeah, grab the rug.
I mean, it could have been a really big
well,
turn.
clean it up already. So Jennifer's like, Mr. Whittaker never would have yelled at us. And then Connie went to go find Eugene in the Bible room.
Invent to him, basically. This whole scene.
And vent to him.
is
Are
very
we
funny.
are we saying that this happened after they were done at work, or did she just go and leave the entire rest of the building unsupervised?
I think she probably left the building unsupervised.
Okay. But anyway, she went to tell Eugene that she'd failed because she was messing up. She couldn't be Mr. Whittaker.
Well, actually,
but she's
she
too
starts
embarrassed
off.
to talk about it.
Oh yeah, there you go. I was just gonna.
I think she says a little bit before she's too embarrassed to talk about it, and then she proceeds to tell him about everything that she'd done wrong, and then Eugene goes, "It's a good thing you were too embarrassed to talk about it."
You said it's a shame you were too embarrassed to talk about it. Yeah,
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah,
I just love
it's
you
a shame
in
you were
this
too
scene.
embarrassed to talk about it.
because of his sarcasm, but then also his surprisingly good advice. Because for this point for Eugene, this is kind of impressive.
Yeah, well, it's funny because first of all, she's like, he doesn't know what to do, and he's like, well, I won't know what to tell you because I've never failed, but I feel like
And Connie doesn't react to it. He just says it so,
No.
like, nonchalantly that... And she's also already upset that she just totally misses it. Where I feel like generally if he said that, Connie would have been like, okay.
yeah. But he says, I think I know what your problem is. Like, you're trying to be Wit instead of being like Wit. And, yeah, that's got to be the best advice we've heard from Eugene up to this point in time.
It's true. I don't know if we've heard any.
It's got to be up there with
advice.
all-time Eugene advice, because even, like, later on, Eugene struggles to put things into terms other people can understand, I feel like.
That's true. I feel like up until we meet parenting Eugene, he's not fantastic at advice. And even then, he's a
Yeah.
bit lacking at times.
But yeah, and then Connie's like, you know what, Eugene, or what she say? She doesn't. I think he's like, you actually make sense sometimes when I can understand what you say.
Yeah. I really like what Eugene said, this line of, to put it bluntly, you can't be John Avery Whittaker. You're Connie Kendall. I don't think he expects you to be anyone else. I was just like, I kind of felt that. Like, I don't have to be John Avery Whittaker. I'm Cassidy Watson.
Yeah, I mean, great Eugene moment
Yeah.
there. I mean, if anything, Eugene being himself the entire time, other than the fact that he painted the Bible room without asking Mr. Whittaker. But other than that, he did what Connie should have done because he was just being himself, doing what he would normally do.
Yes. They both missed a few details, which we will get to in a moment. But overall, he did pretty good.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, on presumably Monday,
Oh,
Whit
wait.
returns.
Before the end of that scene, as
sorry.
she's leaving, he says, besides, you look pretty ridiculous in that sweater. What? Then it's like,
Yeah.
and we're back to regular Eugene.
Yep. Yeah, anyway, Monday, Whit has returned, and they both get to work at basically the same time. And Whit asks about the mirror. Or no, I think Connie apologizes for the mirror.
Yeah, I think she brings it up first.
And he's like, yeah. And he's like, oh, it won't take long to fix, but I did leave you. Well, actually, I don't know if he says that. He says something about the Bible room then, too.
Yeah, Eugene's all proud of himself.
Eugene's like, oh, you noticed. Yeah, I knew. Man like yourself, you wanted it to be ivory, obviously, so I painted it for you. And he's like, oh, well, thank you for your work. That paint was for the shed out back. I wanted the interior to be ivory and the door light blue.
I just like it
And
when
then he's
Stout
like-
thinks that there's a shed out back. I feel like this is a detail we need to remember in the future. There's a shed
That's
behind
another surprise tool that has never come back to help us later, as far as I know.
No. The only other time I consciously think about being out back, well, sometimes there's references to the dumpsters out back, but I think of the episode with the bricks and the feathers. They do that whole thing out back. But
I think Eugene and Connie practice their beginning driver stuff out
that's
back,
true.
too.
So do Buck and Jules.
It's true.
It's true.
Yeah, so then Whit's like, I'm not like mad about this thing or anything, but why didn't you just look at the note I left you, because it gave instructions for the paint and
The mirror.
how to turn off the mirror, and also reminded you to just call me, which I also told you. He's like, why didn't you do any of that stuff? And they're like, well, frankly, we didn't want to bother you.
And they forgot about the note.
And they forgot about the note. Yes, that too.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, Whit's not like mad at them. He just finds it to be kind of funny that they were so concerned with doing everything right that they
he's very
basically
patient with
missed
them,
everything.
but he is also driving home a point of like, I told you to do these things. If you had done them, it would have made your lives a whole lot easier.
Right. And then the last thing is Connie's like, hey, one more question, Whit. Can you tell me the story about Jacob wrestling with the angel?
And I love that he's just like, well, sure, he doesn't even question it. He just starts telling her the story. It's so comforting.
Uh-huh.
And Connie even alludes to that, because she's like, wait, it sure is great to have you back.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of want to hear them tell the rest of the story, to be honest.
True. I'd like to hear Mr. Whittaker's version of that story.
Yeah.
I always thought that is kind of a funny story, though, because it's like they wrestle until morning, and then the angel's like, you know what? I'm done with this. Your hip is dislocated.
Yeah. He's like, he couldn't have done that a
Take
year
that.
earlier. Imagine wrestling all night, though. It'd be awful.
I mean, I never wrestled in high
I
school,
say,
so.
I can't imagine wrestling for any
Or any
period
time
of
in my
time.
life.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So that's the episode. Whit is back, and we're all happy that he's back.
Yeah.
And the outro, Chris talks about Connie living out a parable, or basically, a parable of what it means to imitate Jesus. Is like, Jesus does not call us to be him. I mean, he does in a sense, but like, he knows that we're not him.
We still have
But
to
he
be
expects us to be
like
doing the things that we learn from him. Yeah. Yeah, that's the episode.
For some reason, it stuck out to me that Chris phrased this episode. She called it an adventure. Like she said, in this adventure, Connie was living out a parable. Do we normally, or does Chris normally call episodes adventures? Is that something she has been doing? Is that something she continues to do?
I don't know if it's normal, but I feel like it happens other times. But like, because that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's an adventure in Odyssey.
It is. I just, for some reason, it stuck out to me differently when listening to this one. I was like, I can't remember if this is something that normally happens, and now I'm probably going to pay attention for it. But
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, this episode is very stuck in my mind. There's a lot of lines from this one that just I think about and they come to mind every so often. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts for you?
Yeah. I don't think so. I think that pretty much wraps it up for me.
Yeah. Next week
What do we
we are
got next
still in album 4, although I think we're getting pretty close to the end of it. But we have episode A Good and Faithful Servant, which I believe is a Barkley budget episode. So, that'll be fun.
Yeah. Should be good.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So thank you for watching and or listening this week's episode. Subscribe wherever you get the podcast. Follow us on Facebook and or Instagram. And we thank you for watching and or listening. See you next time.
Yep.